Welcome to Soundcheck with Pastor Isaac. This is episode number 161. And today we're talking about you. You'll be surprised who we're talking about. We're actually not talking about you. We're talking about somebody that's super dear to my heart, and that was my wife, Tanya. This is her birthday week. And so even though we're celebrating the Memorial Day weekend, I want to give memory and memorial to her because this was a great time of the year. I love the summertime. I love the end of spring when everything's starting to warm up. Flowers are starting to bloom. The roses are starting to pop out again on our rose bushes. But this was also her birthday time, a very happy time of the year. And so I want to talk about a song that I wrote for her. Now I'm going to put on my shades and my hat because I am outside, and I want you to see my face first of all, because you know that I'm in here behind these shades. I'm not trying to hide my eyes. I'm just protecting them from the sun today. But I wanted to talk about the song that I wrote for her. Back in late January, February, sometime in there, I wrote a poem, and the poem was entitled You. And so I'm going to be talking about that poem today. And a good friend of mine, James Gates, he actually told me that I need to write a song that's going to help me to memorialize her and to honor her. And that's what I did. I put that particular poem that is entitled You to song, and I released it on her birthday, and I'm going to let you all hear it today at the end of this broadcast to let you hear what the song is like. This is a very dear song to me because the whole thing's talking about Tanya. Now, before we got married, I used to write her songs all the time. In fact, she used to let her friends listen to it, and they thought it was great that I would actually write songs for her. But as time went on and we got married, and I was like, Lord, I'm not sure if I should be writing music to my wife. I'm thinking that I need to concentrate all of my music to you. And so I stopped writing music to my wife. And that's one thing that I do actually regret, because yes, God knows that I love him. He's got all of my heart. But I needed to also let Tanya know that she was my heart too. She was the one that I always treasured. And so this particular poem is going to reflect that. The song is going to reflect that. And so I hope that you enjoy it. So I'm going to read the lyrics and explain a little bit about that. And so this is not a normal sound check with Pastor Isaac. I still want you to let your friends know that we're on. Let them know that we're talking about something that's love. That's talking about, we're basically talking about love today. And we're talking about how a love can endure and go on. You don't have to get rid of a love because that person's no longer with you. And we'll talk about that near the end as well. The first lyric is, I miss our laughs. We used to laugh all the time. And in fact, once she got sick, we often laughed just to forget about the pain and forget about the things that we were going through at the moment. So laughter is good medicine. And so we love to laugh through our whole marriage. In fact, when we got married, we made this recording for the guests that were coming into our wedding. And we recorded it on a 4-track recorder. That's a tape player. Guys probably don't even know what that is. It's so old now. But we couldn't even get through our opening statements just because we were enjoying each other's company and we were just laughing the whole time. And so we love to laugh. So yes, I miss our laughs. I miss our talks. We talked all the time. In fact, Tanya talked more than I did. I was a good listener. I had a friend recently tell me, no, you talk a lot too. But you know what? If they knew Tanya, they would know that she would really be able to talk. And so, yeah, I miss those talks. We had a lot of things to talk about. We had 4 kids. We had ministry going on. We had just regular life happening. So, yeah, I miss our talks that we had together. I miss our time. We had lots of time to spend together. And in that last year, we spent a lot of quality time together because we were able to have that time together. Even in the hospital, we spent a lot of time together. I gave her all of my attention. So yeah, I miss those times together. I miss our walks. Sometimes we just go exercising and just decide that we were going to have some time where we need to get our bodies fit. We used to go to the gym. We had a gym membership before COVID hit. And we used to go there at least 3 times a week and get our walk on. Tanya used to be running on the treadmill. She used to be able to do all of that. And so yeah, I miss the walks. I miss her smile. And so definitely she had a beautiful smile. And that is something that I'm going to always treasure and remember. I'm glad that we have videos. I'm glad we have pictures. But I'm telling you what, if you know how to make somebody smile that you love, always do it, because that's something that you're going to always remember. And they're going to remember your smiles too, and the smiles that you brought to their life. It's going to be a good thing right here. So make sure, if you know how to make somebody smile, go ahead and do that. I miss her voice. And so her voice was something that after she passed, it was hard for me to remember her voice for a while. I got it now. I'm thanking the Lord that He's restored that to my memory. He's restored that to my heart. And that's something that I will treasure forever. Her voice was very hoarse because she had at some time nodules on her vocal cords. And once she had them removed, they actually grew back. And so her voice sounded hoarse all the time. Well, that's how I met her. When she was first introduced to me by a good friend of mine, John Scott, her voice was hoarse. And so I love that. That's how she always sounded to me. In fact, I'm wearing this shirt today because we used to go to Hawaii. Well, we went to Hawaii one time, let's say it like that. And our intention was to go back on her 60th birthday. We went when she turned 50. And so we never made it back. So I'm wearing this shirt and this hat for Hawaii. Perhaps I'll go back at some time, but I wish we could have gone back together. But that voice, that's something that I will never forget. And also, I miss your cooking. It was my choice. Her cooking was delicious, man. I'm going to tell you, when I first met her, I had a 29 waist, and now my waist is nowhere near 29. And I won't even tell you how many inches to that. But she could cook, man, and my kids loved her cooking. Her family loved her cooking, and so we would often have family time where they would come over and eat meals together. I'm missing that. I miss your prayers. Her prayers were always on point. She was always a prayer person that would come and have compassion for her family, her friends, and me. She would always be praying for me. I'm going to tell you this. She would actually get up a little bit earlier than I did every morning, and I would go upstairs and pray. She would pray downstairs in the family room, and I would hear her, not what she was saying, but I would hear the tone of her prayers. She would be speaking in another language sometimes, in the prayer language, and I just love that. I miss that. I miss her prayer. I miss her advice. She had a lot of good advice for me. God would speak to her and through her, and that would help me to move into the things that God wanted me to do, because my wife was a person that was tied in with God. I'm telling you, men that love their wives and men that have a wife that's a spiritual person, you need to listen to them because God's speaking to them, and she's your helpmeet. She's there to help you. Hope this is helping somebody today. I remember you always saying it twice. And so that's one of the lyrics there. She would always, from time to time, give me this advice, and then it come back around again. If she hadn't seen me implement what she had given me advice about, you know, sometimes I didn't listen. Sometimes I wish I had listened. And then she would come back. She wouldn't really say, I told you so. But you know how it works out. It does kind of feel like I told you so. But I learned how to listen to my wife and learn how to trust her advice. That's a good thing. If you have somebody that you can trust and that you can understand that they have your best interest in mind, it's best that you listen to them. I miss your joy. What do I mean by I miss your joy? She was happy. She was always a pleasant person. She was always excited about life, excited about our grandchild in particular. She loved our granddaughter. But she loved just being happy. That joy would always come out. In this next lyric, I want you to listen to this one carefully. It says, I miss your sadness. What do you mean by I miss your sadness? The next part of that says, we would always get back to gladness. Even in our worst times together, God will always work it out. And I'm going to tell you this, if you have God as the center of your marriage, as the center of your life, as the center of your being, He's going to always work out things to be better for you, because it says all things work together for good for those who love the Lord and for those who are called according to His purpose. Even in sadness, God was able to make us come back to a place of gladness, a place where we were able to trust Him, a place where we were able to say, no matter what, Lord, you are God, and we're going to rejoice and be happy in this day. In fact, there's a verse that says, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. What does it mean by I will? That means I have decided to make my choice to be happy. I can decide to not be happy, but my will is to be happy. And so that's what we would do. We will make the best out of every situation. I miss your love. And you know, I love Tanya. I talked about her for almost a year now, where her passing is in June, the anniversary of it. And it's almost that time now. It's been 11 months. But I'm telling you what, I still miss that girl. And I miss her love. I miss her loving me. I miss her caring for me. And she could do it like nobody else. And so I'm thankful that we had that opportunity to know each other and to love each other. I missed her wisdom. Her wisdom was wise. She was a Proverbs 31 woman, a woman that was virtuous. And she was able to give some excellent advice and to do some excellent things. If you look back at some of the other episodes that I put on Soundcheck, you'll see some of the things that she did. But I'm thankful for the wisdom that God placed in her to be able to pass on to me and to my kids and to those that were around her that really knew her. She was able to be a wise counselor for them as well. I miss your faith in our Lord and in his kingdom. She trusted God all the way. No matter what was going on, her faith was believing that God would do what he was planning on doing in our lives, in her life, and for the life of those that are around her in her sphere of influence. She trusted the Lord. And I'm thankful that I know a woman that was godly, that was always in there trusting God and believing that he was going to do everything that he said he would do. God did not fail us. And I'm trusting God that he will not fail me continually. He will continually be with me. And those prayers that she has prayed, they will not return to God void. Everything that she's been praying, those things are going to come to pass. And I'm thankful for that too. And then I said, I miss you, love. She was my love, and I miss her so much. And so I could exchange that you for Tanya. I could exchange that you for Gayetta Marie. That's what her family called her sometimes. I could exchange that you for any of these things that I want to call her. I won't tell y'all all the things I used to call her, but they were all loving names. I miss her. And so I said, I miss you, love. And my last statement is, I will concede there was no one better than you for me. And I will tell you that. She was the one that God placed in my life for that time period. It was necessary that I needed a strong woman. I needed a woman of God. I needed a woman of faith. I needed a woman that could deal with me. And so I'm thankful that he gave me Tanya as my wife for 35 years, almost 36 years, 4 days shy of being 36 years. And so I'm thankful for that. I knew her for almost 40 years because I met her back in 1985. And so that's the poem. I wanted to share that with you today. Most of you guys know that I am a very private person. I don't really share my feelings like that with most people. I actually kind of shy away from being exposed. And so I'm really exposing my heart. And as I put those things on Facebook in particular, I put them on there so that it can help somebody else to heal, because I know I'm not the only person that's hurting. I'm not the only person that has gone through. And so I know as God is healing me, he's causing me to be able to help somebody else to get healed as well. And so I'm going to go ahead and let this song play. It's just a few minutes long. It's not professionally recorded, but it's my memorial to my wife, Tanya. It's entitled You. I hope you enjoy it. God bless you. better than you.